Welcome again, people, to TJ Speaks. Listen, guys, I had to do the second show today because I felt inspired. All right. I felt inspired. My last show, it was brief, but I touched on something that hit me like a lightning rod. And as soon as it hit me, guys, I had to get back to you. All right. Here we go. We are talking about once again how these politicians are undermining the U.S. citizens' power. That's the topic of today's show. How all of this illegal immigration is undermining the U.S. citizens' power and control of America. All right, let's get into this. First things first. Let's get it. Let's be real, people. Illegal migrants has nothing to do with humanity. It has nothing to do with humanity. Look at Mayor Adams. He's not a humane person. Look how he treats the citizens of New York City. Look at President Biden. He's not a humane person. Look at him, his family, his son's a crackhead, his daughter's depressed. It's crazy. These are not humane people. So this illegal migration that the Democrats are trying to push and the rhinos are allowing to happen has nothing to do with humanity. It has everything to do with power and control. You see, here in America, we have a constitution. First of its kind, probably the only one in the world, I'm not sure. But we have a constitution and we have a government that is designed to be governed by the people. The citizens of this nation govern this nation, not the politicians, not the Democrat Party, not the Republican Party, or any other king or queen. It's us, U.S. citizens. And so that's why when I spoke on the last show, I had touched on it and then it hit me. This is why we have an illegal immigration. The legal migrants are allowed to break the federal law. It's not because, oh, the politicians want to be nice. The politicians want to undermine the U.S. Constitution. That's what they're attacking. The Constitution dictates that the American citizens govern this nation and no one else. So it's interesting that the politicians now, they are allowing the breaking of the federal law, and it's actually their job to enforce the federal, state, and local laws. Okay, so um, it's their job. So you have to ask yourself, everything has a motivation. What is the politician's motivation? And the motivation behind all this illegal migration, they don't just let people break the laws. If that's the case, Donald Trump wouldn't even be Donald Trump, first of all, he didn't break no law. But we wouldn't have a need for a Justice Department if we did not believe in following the law, believe in the rule of law. It would be no need for police in America. There would be no need for the prosecutors and the judges. We wouldn't need their services. But this country here in America is built on the foundation of the rule of law. And you have to ask yourself why the politicians no longer want to follow the law. We're not having citizens break the law. These are the politicians breaking the law. And they have the recruits from the global elites outside of America. These people are their soldiers, okay, ready to do what they need to do to take what the American citizens have built. These immigrants, first of all, that word immigrant is asinine because anyone traveling, like I said before, anyone traveling to another nation is considered an immigrant. So if I once I go to Guyana or some other nation, I'm considered an immigrant. So that word immigrant is ridiculous. The way they making it seem as if immigrants or any person that's visiting or doing business or traveling to another nation doesn't have to respect the laws. It's disrespectful. But back to the topic at hand. These politicians are in the quest for supreme power. Mayor New York City, for example, Mayor Adams, just recently last year, approved, signed off on the House. I think the U.S. No, New York City Council wrote a bill to allow illegal immigrants to vote in the United States and to vote in New York City. It got struck down eventually by the Supreme Court. But these politicians made the move. They made that move. And that move is a direct contradiction to the citizens' power. They are trying to undermine every last legal U.S. citizen in this country. So we have to be on guard and alert and ready to move because our politicians are banding together against the U.S. citizens. And the reason why we're going to be against this, the reason that I realize, because I'm just a regular person like you, just trying to make it, trying to survive. The reason why we have to be against this is because we don't want one, we have to preserve our power and our right to govern America. That has to be preserved for us and our future generations. We can't allow politicians to pick and choose their voters, to import voters. Because if once they allow to do that, we have no more power. We have no more say. Only elites will control everything. Because they will simply import new people that they like, throw out the people that they don't, and these it'll be like the wild wild west here in America. But the main point is we want new immigrants, people that we invite and we desire. We want the new immigrants to depend on the Constitution and not a political party. We don't need people coming into this country, new immigrants coming into this country, beholden to any particular political party. Each person, each new immigrant, supposed to understand that the U.S. Constitution is the supreme law, and that's the law. That is the document that gives you your rights in America. Not the Democrats, not Joe Biden, not Kamala Harris. It's the U.S. Constitution. We all have to be on the same page. The Americans that's here now and for the new Americans in the future. Our united goal is to make sure the politicians don't get too much power and control because these people are abusive. We learned that during the pandemic. They was dictating what you do, what you can't do, when to eat, when you can't eat. It was crazy. They really got power hungry, power crazy during the pandemic. We should have never surrendered our power because out of fear for some stupid virus or anything else. But we've learned from the pandemic, under no circumstances, I don't care if it's an act of war going on, we're never going to surrender our power to control ourselves and our future and in the direction of this nation. We may not be politicians, but we have the power. The U.S. Constitution put the political power in the people's hands. So as much as Joe Biden want to break the federal law, he has a limited power. The Democrat Congress people want to break the federal law, they have limited power. The Supreme Court want to ignore the law, they have the limited power. The ultimate power is in the power of the hands of the people. And to end on the top of that note, I want to talk about what must be done in the future. Because the situation with the illegal migrants is so dire, and there's so many illegal migrants in this country, they have become a political weapon. And for that reason, it's in the Constitution. Any foreign people that's involved with politics, they must be deported. And not only that, it's not their fault 100%. They are willing participants. But the main thing is to send a message to the politicians that we, the people, control this country, not you, not Joe Biden, not Nancy Pelosi. I call her Nasty Pelosi. None of them control the power of this country but the U.S. citizens. And for that reason, every last illegal immigrant must be returned home. And if you want to come to America, the message has to be sent. If you want to come to America, you have to abide by our rules, the people of America rules. We're not going to take disrespectful immigrants into America. We're not going to allow you to have rights here. And we're not going to allow you to take control and to get into politics. And we're not going to respect you. The only way you're going to get respect as an immigrant if you abide by the Constitution, follow the laws, and respect the people. That's the only path forward for the immigrants. I feel no sympathy for them. I am ready to pack every last one of them and their kids up and send them right back where they came home, where they came from. Right back. They get a one-way plane ticket. And I don't want to hear people talking about, oh, we can't do it. It's too many. Bull crap. We transport millions of people every year in the United States. Every year, millions of people is transported in and out this country. We could totally get rid of these people in 1 year. All we have to do is have the will and the knowledge to know we don't need politicians collecting political power. We don't need politicians with an army of people to fight us. So it is in our best interest and our safety and our security to get rid of every last one of them, to send them a message. And people want to cry, so who's going to do the jobs? Don't worry. We got other people that want to come here legally and that want to respect America and want to be a part of America. We have plenty of people out there that want to come to America. We don't need illegal immigrants, period. We don't need them. They can't respect the Constitution. They can't respect the citizens. They can't respect the rule of law. And they want to come here begging. We all got problems. We all got needs. I'm not accepting their story. They can't do those things. They need to go. So that's it. That's what the whole point of this whole illegal migrants. The politicians do not want to be beholden to the citizens. They do not want to be accountable to the citizens, and we must end illegal migrants now, today, or otherwise America will not no longer be America. It will be some other third world country that we do not recognize, and we will not be abiding by the Constitution. And when that Constitution goes, your rights go. As a matter of fact, Joe Biden, we don't have to recognize Joe Biden anymore. Everything collapses if that Constitution collapses. The Congress people, we won't have to listen to the Congress because we are not no longer a constitutional republic. So everything that we hold near and dear is dependent on that Constitution staying the law of the land. And anyone that threatens that Constitution must go, including the illegal immigrants and the politicians that want to seek power. So that's all I have to say. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I hope this message get to you. Um, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm falling into the line of our history, the Patriots, the history of the Patriots, when we were sending messages to one another, communicating, and getting everyone ready for independence from the crown. I can't believe this is happening, but this is real. This is happening. There's a lot of patriots out there like myself that need to spread the word to the regular people, the people that's working hard every day. You need to start paying attention. These politicians are in the quest for ultimate supreme power. And the only way we're going to shut this down and maintain the power of the people is to shut down all the illegal migration and change a whole lot of stuff where we have more security over our borders, over our internal documents, and over our agencies. These agencies are going rogue, and we need to regain control. All right, guys. Peace. Have a great evening. Good night.